Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. These are the SK Modifieds, the Arute family dream.
From Woket, former kart and legend champion. In the Naperco sponsored machine, here is Mike Christopher Jr.
After Ted passed, we got his car. We decided that we were going to run his car for the 2018 season. And that helped a lot because obviously he was very close to winning the championship in 2017. Won a lot of races too. So getting a capable race car was a big part of that. Came into 2018 and had, strong finishes in the beginning, podiums and whatnot. Just didn't get our win.
Look at Michael Christopher. Black and white, number 82. Bowles just gives a shot to the back bumper of the Tyler Hines machine in a bid for the 4th spot. Here comes Michael Christopher.
Got into him, caused some big melee behind us, but I don't know, it is what it is. Passed Tyler Hines and got into the lead, and I didn't feel like it was strong, real strong, because I wasn't really pulling away much either. The car was way too tight. Especially you can see it through the center of 3 and 4, and especially off the turn, just had way too much drive. There was at one point where I was leading a pack of like 5 very strong cars, Keith, Ronnie, and Galco, and obviously Ryan Preece. And I wasn't pulling away from them at all.
Here comes Preece now. On the outside of Rocco, he gives Galco a power assist.
As we head to the halfway point of this one, on the outside of Preece is Ronnie Williams, but the bonsai move down low. Ryan Preece trying to get by Galco, and he does by a molecule.
Once the racing got spread out more and it was just Preece and I, it was obvious that we were the top cars of the race and that no one else really had any shot at beating us.
So we are going to have a battle up at the front between Mike Christopher Jr., Ryan Preece. Preece trailing by a popsicle stick as they are able to scorch their way out of the corner.
Off of 2 and off of 4, Ryan, when he was behind me, had immense drive compared to me, but because we had immense power underneath the hood, we had the advantage going down the straightaways where he couldn't really pull much of a dive bomb move. I don't know if that was him just not doing that because he likes setting people up off the turn. I've heard him say that before. He'd rather pass someone off the turn than like a dive bomb kind of move. A battle like that's a lot of fun, especially with Ryan. It was fun because it was only us. It wasn't like another driver involved too. It was just a 2-way battle for the lead, and that's what most people like. So, he got by us and I got by him, and we had those beating and banging moments, but it's racing, everyone loves it. But I drove into him and my right front just rolled right on top of his rear bumper and it got into his back panel a little bit. There were sparks and whatnot. My dad comes on the radio like as we're green flag racing and starts snapping out about like, don't be driving into him, this and that, and you're gonna ruin your race. Whatever he said, it was just like not anything I wanted to hear. Like I knew I made a mistake and it was whatever, like I was still right there. It wasn't like we lost 5 car lengths on him, but I knew I made a mistake and I didn't have to hear all this shit that he was telling me on the radio at that moment. While we're green flag racing, we're still battling for the lead. So he said some shit to me and I get on the radio. I'm like, I tried to plead my case on the radio like as we're racing. This goes on for like 2 laps. And I'm like, I got to run and I saw him come down right when I pulled out, so I drove into him. I'm like, I don't need to be hearing this bullshit on the radio as I'm racing for the lead. Why don't you shut the up? And he comes back on the radio, don't ever tell me this. He was like, we were yelling for like 2 laps in a row as we're racing for the lead.
Down the back straightaway. There is the inside move. Michael Christopher doing it like Uncle Ted. Michael Christopher back in command. Preece has to settle back into second. 8 circuits to go.
It definitely lit a fire under my ass, I guess you could say, that, all right, we're here to win right now, because if I lose after saying what I just said, we're probably not coming back racing for the rest of the year.
Now Preece looking for an opening. Here comes Preece. He is about 1/10 of the way there. Doesn't have enough room to get underneath Mike Christopher. These will be the 4 toughest laps in the SK Modified career for Mike Christopher.
Oh, they touch in turn 1.
Once again, he's denied by Mike Christopher. A do-or-die move by Ryan Preece. Doesn't have enough voltage to get by Mike Christopher down to the final 2.
Final 2 circuits. Michael Christopher. Trouble now. We've got a car spun.
I really hoped that we would finish the race out under green because we were obviously having a good battle and everyone was involved, but all the fans were involved in the race that was going on between us. Now we got to restart. What if this happens? What if that happens? You got to focus on your shift. So that's the biggest thing I was focused on, is just have a good restart, put the thing into gear, get down to turn 1 and see where you're at from there.
Green, green, green. Even at the line.
And obviously he kind of beat us on the restart going into turn 1. He was half a car, maybe less than that, ahead of us getting into 1. So I just sailed the thing in and knew my only shot was, run him up a little bit off of 2.
3 cars battling for the lead with 1 to go. Now Preece has emerged as a #1 contender.
I should have done it differently because I knew I was in front of him enough to where he could move wherever he wanted to going into turn 1. So obviously I went low trying to defend like a dumbass when he went high to get the run, to cross me over off of 2. And he almost had it done, but again, we had a lot of power underneath the hood. The last lap, you just got to hold the bottom as best you could, and somehow it all worked out.
Preece is all over him as he comes to the line. Michael Christopher has done it. The fans love it. Michael Christopher has won here at the Stafford Motor Speedway.
I was probably yelling and screaming, but nothing crazy, just like, yeah. I guess I settled in when I didn't know what to do getting out of the car in Victory Lane. Like, they called for me to get out, and I was like, I had this picture of, okay, I'm going to grab the checkered flag and, hold the stick and wave it. And it didn't even have a stick on the checkered flag. It was just like this banner thing. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just climb out of the car then. I don't know, I guess that's when it sunk in, and then, talking to the interviewer and whatnot and saying what I had to say. And
yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Happy Father's Day to my dad. It was his birthday last week, so happy birthday to him and Uncle Ted. It's really emotional, And not only that, but to be in his car and to beat Ryan Preece,
We've just witnessed history in the making here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. You could feel the emotion, the intensity, and you look down at Napa Victory Lane, and there stands a young man that was the apple of Ted Christopher's eye, the apple of the Christopher's family. He's passed the torch, and that torch comes on Father's Day weekend.
Obviously, it was really emotional for everybody involved at the racetrack, not only me, but my parents, my crew, and then all the fans too that went through what happened at the end of the 2017 season. And I guess it was everyone loved that we won that night.